I'm Richard Roeper, and this is the Roeper Rundown. Parts of Jay Leno's final Tonight Show were business as usual. Monologue jokes about Justin Bieber, some casual, funny banter with Billy Crystal, who was a guest on Jay's first Tonight Show some 22 years ago. But we also got cameos from Kim Kardashian and Sheryl Crow, Jim Parsons, Carol Burnett, and the queen of television herself, Oprah Winfrey. And for one of the very few times in his career, Jay actually choked up as he thanked his writers and the producers and the Tonight Show crew.
And in closing, I want to quote Johnny Carson, who was the greatest guy to ever do this job. And he said, "I bid you all a heartfelt good night."
I was a guest on The Tonight Show about 20 times, thanks to my partnership with the great Roger Ebert. We had some wonderful times backstage and on camera. Lots of fun memories, from Rodney Dangerfield walking around backstage in his silk boxers, to Matthew McConaughey apologizing to me and Roger for splitting early because he wanted to see his girlfriend at the time, Penelope Cruz, before he left for a location shoot, to Ben Stiller writing in the Leno guest book, to Roger and Richard, "You can take those thumbs and shove them up your ass." The Tonight Show actually had a liquor license. This was pretty cool. They always had a couple of cold Stella Artois waiting for me backstage. Nice perk. As a solo guest, I helped Jay judge a student film contest, and the tables were turned on me one time when David Duchovny reviewed my banter after he quoted some lines of my scathing review of his movie House of D, which still sucks.
David, you want to review that answer?
I'd like to review that answer. Maybe a little condescending, but all in all, I thought it was a fine answer.
Leno always arrived early when I was a guest because he loved to talk about movies. We'd spend a half hour backstage dissecting the latest releases until his staff would implore him to get out of his denim get-up, put on the suit, and do his monologue. Volumes have been written about Jay's supposedly robotic personality and all the behind-the-scenes manipulations that accompanied the various Tonight Show soap opera chapters. What I can tell you is this: when Roger was recovering from surgery, Jay was the very first celebrity guest host on Ebert and Roeper. He instructed his staff to help our producers in any way possible. They built a makeshift studio across from The Tonight Show. On a July evening in 2006, I was a guest on Jay's show, and then we walked across the parking lot and onto the temporary set. His entire fee for the evening? Pizzas for everyone. There was no upside to Jay doing the show. He did it out of friendship to Roger and to me. It was an extraordinary and kind gesture. I've been on a lot of these talk shows over the years, and you can always tell a lot about the host by the way his staffers comport themselves and treat the guests. From the executive producers to the writers to the security guards, the Tonight Show staffers were some of the nicest and kindest people I've ever met in this business, and that too should be a part of Jay Leno's legacy.